Welcome back, friends. We got a few things for you. First, let's talk about the thumbnail, and then we'll get to a few of videos of the night that are fairly new or brand new to you, and some to me. First, are we going to have disclosure at least with regards to the drones? Well, let's hear what the upcoming 47th president elect has to say about these so-called drones.
A story that kind of disappeared very suddenly. Do you have any idea whatever happened to the drones?
What happened to drones?
Well, you had said that you knew you thought the government knew what was happening with these drones over New Jersey. There were some by Bedminster.
I don't know. They're over Bedminster a lot.
So what happened?
I'm going to give you a report on drones about one day into the administration, because I think it's ridiculous that they're not telling you about what's going on with the drones. And it's not only with me. Glenn was telling me today that in Virginia they have drones all over the place too, and nobody's reporting it. I don't know why they're not. Do you want to say something about that?
Just one quick comment, which is we are home to the largest naval base in the world in Quantico, and we house a lot of the SEAL teams and have a huge national security infrastructure. And now for 2 years running, we have had drone incursion over secure airspace, and we still don't know why. And I think that's absolutely unacceptable. And I think President Trump and the new leadership coming in, I think will work diligently to understand who's behind this and what we do in order to stop the digital surveillance of all of our secure infrastructure.
Is it dangerous?
Well, I can tell you this. While we were dealing with a terrorist attack in New Orleans, we had drones being thrown over our nuclear reactors in Louisiana. And we brought that attention to the FAA. We've been asking the FAA to give these states the ability to mitigate these drones. And it's sitting on some bureaucrat's desk. And that's real.
Nobody knows. They don't want to talk about it. Go ahead, Governor. You're going to say.
I was just going to say we have drones in Wyoming flying over our infrastructure as well. And it's incredibly frustrating that we not only have no way of knowing what it is, but nobody knows how to deal with them.
They don't want to talk about it, and nobody knows why. They don't want to talk about it. That could be us sending drones. I hope that's the case, us doing it and doing research, and maybe they don't want to talk about it from that standpoint. I hope it's not an enemy, but we're going to find out on the 21st, the day after. You have to give me a little time for the inauguration, but shortly thereafter, we'll give you a report on it. We'll tell you exactly what it is. They know, and it's very strange that they aren't talking about it.
Okay, so there you heard it. January 21st, 2025, he said he will give us the unclassified report. Tell us what these are. Are these U.S. drones? Are they non-human intelligence? Well, we got a few important dates. Remember, according to Dr. Stephen Greer, January 16th through the 19th, he's going to have some people that are involved in the program unmasking themselves, showing their true identity, and then they are going to apparently share with us where some of these craft are being held, as well as some evidence. So January 16th through the 19th, we have Greer's prediction. I hope he's right. I really do. And then let's hold Trump to his word. We got January 21st, 2025. He said it. Now, I would give him another day or two leeway. He said it's going to be among the first things he does. So if by January 25th, 2025, he does not give us what he just promised, we should all get a little bit angry about that. But, he said it, and let's hold him to it. Now, let's get to some amazing footage. What I'm going to show you is a so-called mothership. It's not a bunch of UAPs. It's one. And this was, I want to say, December 29th, 2024. So a little over a week ago in Moscow, Russia. And this was seen to emerge from the river. So it's a transmedium craft, right? It actually turned from a USO into a UFO, unidentified submerged object, into an unidentified flying object. One of the 5 observables that Lou Elizondo talks about is, of course, the ability to be a transmedium craft, where you could fly the same way in space, in our atmosphere, in the air, or in the water. with no restrictions, essentially what these things are doing. Of course, there's 4 more other observables. One of them is the fact that these things can travel beyond hypersonic. So hypersonic is faster than Mach 5. So he's talking like Mach 17 or Mach 3000. And obviously, the SR-71 was able to go Mach 5, but it literally would take half the state of Ohio to make a right or left turn, where these things are able to make a 90-degree turn at 17,000 miles with no problem. Okay, same thing. We're just watching. I'm only going to let this play because there's a little creature at the end that I want you to see that was taken in Montana. If I'm not mistaken, we're about to see something to also in Russia from probably a year before as comparison. This is it. Not even a year before. So you have December and then you have June. What is this city? Rostov in Russia. I actually remember when this came out. I don't remember if any of you have seen it. If you haven't, if this is your first time, comment down below if you have seen this one when it came out. Are we looking at a bunch of different craft, or is this also one giant one? One sure way to know is look at the between the lights. Obviously, if they're all moving uniformly, then it could be one. But just from that one shot, it actually looks like they're not just one. It looks like we literally could be looking like what, 10, 15 or more? Obviously, this is the one from just recently. Okay, now let me get past him talking, and I want you to see this. Now, this is taken by a hunter in Montana. Let me pause it for a second to explain what's going on. Here you have a coyote. He's using thermal imagery. Here you have a weird entity, and it's walking. I don't know if it's chasing the coyote, but at some point, this thing is no longer walking and it flies. And I guess it's black because it has no heat, whereas the coyote is white because it's hot, warm-blooded, obviously. So the implication is it's just cold, whatever this being is. Ghost, maybe? Or a UFO? Or look at it. You know, I wish we can get much closer, but that looks like it's now flying, if I'm not mistaken. That is no longer on the ground. Look at the coyote in the front. Wow. It's funny because it kind of looks like the feet are shuffling, you know? Again, this was a hunter in Montana. And soon he's going to show you, again, this is from Jaime Maussan, or his team, should I say. He's not in this one. From what I gather, because he's been doing this 50 years, he's got a team of people, always have had the team, but he's only on once a week on his own shows now. Okay, this is the one from Mexico. Look, August 22nd, 2024. Now, apparently that orb transforms into a silhouette of a human. Look at that. Let's see if they zoom in for us. Look at that. I seen this. I'm pretty sure I covered this. And then what the hell happens? He just disintegrates after that? So we know these things can mimic us. That is gnarly strange footage. Anyway, that is the updates I have for you tonight. Let's hope we have this disclosure, and love to see what you all have to say about the footage below. Thanks again. Stay safe. Keep your eyes in the sky as well.